Alrighty, let's get after it. 5/2/2025, 4:36 p.m. I'll let you lead it off.
All right, I'm going to ask you this now because I forgot to ask you last week, or last episode, and I wanted to get your take on this. The 100 men versus one gorilla.
No, dude.
Who would win in a fight?
The gorilla's gonna win.
Really?
Yes.
Why is everybody so sure about that? That's like not, I feel like every person I've talked, or at first every reaction on Twitter I've seen, everyone's like the gorilla, easy gorilla. I'm like, it's not easy. How is it easily the gorilla?
Gorillas are like ridiculously strong.
They are. Yeah, they have the strength of 10 men.
Yeah, like they could deal with multiple guys all at once, and it's like 100 guys at once can't all go in at the same time.
That is,
it would be difficult for like 4 dudes to go in at the same time.
No, you get way more than 4. I bet you could get 12 guys on a gorilla at one fucking time.
You wouldn't be making good contact.
Sure you would. You just wrap that fucker up. You just put weight on it. The thing that I think my argument to it is that like we're here. So like granted at some point we started using spears and stone tools. Human beings are here. And there was a lot bigger and more dangerous things than gorillas back, tens of thousands of years ago that were trying to kill us all the time.
They weren't fighting them, though. They were avoiding them.
Well, they'd kill them, though. It ain't like they never killed them. I mean, we got here somehow. So that's 1. 2, I think the ability to plan the attack is to the advantage of the humans. Like, sure, the sheer strength of a gorilla, like the first 10, 15 guys are getting batted out of the way and just thrown. But I mean, if everybody just keeps coming, I mean, it can only attack one person at a time. It's not just going to swing. It's going to be trying to bite people. It's going to grab someone eventually. And once it grabs someone, now its fucking hands are occupied. You get 3, 4, 5 guys jump on each. 5 guys on one arm, 5 guys on another arm, get a couple guys to grab it around the legs, dudes start jumping on its back. I think another thing people aren't thinking, this is a fight. Gouge its fucking eyeballs out. Someone gets on its back, puts it in a fucking headlock, and you just start fucking ripping on its face, start clawing at its eyes. You could fuck that thing up.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, it'd be dangerous, and a lot of people would die. But I do think personally 100 men is that's a lot. Like 100v1 is... You've seen the movie 300. I mean, 300 Spartans, they were pretty strong. But when they ran into like 100,000 of the Persians, strength didn't mean shit. Numbers ended up taking them out. So
yeah, that's fair.
I feel like that's... I feel like that would be the scenario in this. I was blown away. So many people immediately, that was like the reaction everyone had. I'm like, I have to start asking this to people. And we were discussing it at work. I was discussing it with my parents. I've been asking like everybody the question. I'm like, everyone's heard this now because it's been going around for like a week. That's why I said I meant to ask you last episode when it was a little bit more relevant. But I know like the AI renderings of it. Have you seen any of those?
Yeah.
They're so stupid and corny. It's
really dumb.
Fucking,
yeah, AI is
it like
not
eats
there
like
yet.
5 people at one time. It's like, okay, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was funny, though. I got a kick out of thinking about that for the last few days.
I like this. I just like seeing like the list people were making. Like, these are the guys that we need.
Yeah, that's the other thing,
it's
too.
Like, we need prime Brock Lesnar. We need...
thank you.
We need prime Mike Tyson. We need Ray Lewis. Again, these are all prime.
Yeah.
They're like... I got to find a list. I mean, it's going to be hard to find, honestly, but...
Yeah, I seen same thing. I think you could just go basically... See, I don't like making up scenarios because... I don't know. Like, if we're going to keep it fair as fair, then you could think of 100 guys right now that are absolute fucking freaks of nature. That are, I mean, look at half of the guys in the fucking NFL. You get guys like Joey Bosa, Nick Bosa, Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett. Like... there's some big motherfuckers in the NFL right now, let alone John Jones, UFC fighters. I mean, Brock Lesnar would probably still fuck him up right now. John Cena, the Mountain from fucking Game of Thrones, Eddie Hall. I mean, we got some big motherfuckers out there that could. I think we have a good shot.
Yes, I do agree. I just need to see, like, granted, yes, these guys are massive. I just want to know how easily could a gorilla just, like, swat them away.
Very easily, but that's why you don't send them in first. You know, like you send in the first
So,
10, 15 guys, maybe even up to
they're
20.
capable of lifting or throwing objects weighing over 1,700 pounds. Their grip is strong enough to crush a crocodile's skull. So
Again, though, it can only do that at one at a time. Like, it's only got 2 hands. And we have opposable thumbs.
so do
We get-
gorillas.
Yeah, but we got the more advantageous opposable thumbs. They're not fucking, you know, they don't have the dexterity.
Yeah, I guess it just depends on. They could pull
Oh,
over
they'd
1,800 pounds.
yeah, they'd rip your fucking limbs off for sure. But
They
again,
can,
one guy.
Yeah, bite 1,300 pounds. I just think it depends. If you say you want to keep it fair, well, no, because then that would be senseless. No, that'd be stupid. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just think it'd be a lot more difficult. It'd be like a mad dash, a mad scramble.
Yeah.
Because that thing would just swing its arms around a few times, and that would take care of probably like 10 to 15 guys
For
just
sure.
there.
For sure.
And they're gonna be down for the count.
I think easily
You'd have to go in
minimum
waves, obviously. You'd
I
be in
think
waves.
minimum 50 guys are for sure either dead or severely injured.
Yeah, 100%.
But again, you send in those first 20 just as the fucking basically the bait
Yeah, like
and
they're
just
they're
distract
they're
it.
cannon fodder. I mean, it's all they are.
Yeah,
That's what they
that's
are.
100% it. They're just cannon fodder.
Yeah.
And then you send in the fucking Eddie Halls and the Thorn Bjornsson, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I guess as long as those guys can just avoid getting hit, that's the biggest thing.
I would make those guys the ones that grab their arm. Like,
Yeah,
once
I
it's
mean-
like holding on someone, you get fucking Eddie Hall to just hang on his arm and Thorn to grab his arm. Like, you get that.
There
That's
would
like,
need to be multiple guys at once,
Mhm.
like really fast too, because like this, you
Yeah.
have to be very, very like you can't mess up. If you mess up in the slightest, you're cooked.
yeah, very valid point. But there is still 100, so there's a lot of. I mean, there's a lot.
And these are really big dudes, so you're only gonna be able to fit probably 3 of them max on one arm.
Maybe gorillas are fucking huge though. I think there's a lot of surface area to hold on to on a
let's
gorilla. I
see.
mean, their arms are fucking super long.
Let's see how long.
I mean, dude, we conquered King Kong.
you had
Jack
to shoot
Black
him.
did
They had
it.
to shoot him, dude.
Yeah, they had him roped up before that though. They had him all
Yeah,
chained
they gassed him.
up. That's true.
How long are gorilla arms?
Yeah, what's a gorilla's reach? It's probably like 120 inches.
8 feet. Wait, no,
That's
that's arm
wingspan,
span,
right?
So,
Yeah, 4
Yeah.
feet.
well,
No, not even
no, it'd
because
have
of the
to be.
chest.
Yeah, it'd be like, let's just say like.
But like, look how thick
feet.
its fucking arms are. Like,
Yeah, I'm saying, dude, like you'd have to lock it over like this, and you kind of just can't mess up. And it's like, what if you like go to lock in and you like bump heads, and it's like, oh, and you get stunned, and then the gorilla just swats you, and then your neck's broken.
there's a lot that could go wrong. I also do think, I know like you can't bring a weapon to the fight, but I mean, if you could find a rock on the ground or something, sticks,
Nah,
Why
dude,
not?
Fist only. We fight like gentlemen.
like gentlemen, as 100 dudes gang up on a fucking gorilla.
Dude, I think the gorilla has I'd say it's honestly probably like pretty 50-50. If
Yeah.
not, I'd favor the gorilla a little more.
Yeah, it legit. Yeah, it's really close. I don't think it'd be easy by any shot.
I think the gorilla is definitely gonna put in some work and shock a lot of people.
Yeah,
Like-
there'd be a lot of
And then
bodies.
there's also going to be like the mental state of it too. Like everyone has to be locked in, because I'm sure there's probably going to be like a handful of guys who are like, dude, this isn't even worth it. I just watched him rip my dad in half.
See that is just see the guy at work that I tried to have the conversation with. He like got like way too semantic about it. He's like, well, what guys? He's like, guys nowadays are fucking, you know.
Okay, and I mean,
I'm like,
you
okay,
gotta
but-
lock in. You gotta be locked. If you're
Yeah.
not locked in, dude,
yeah, I'm like, you would pick the 100 best. I'm like, they get people to go to war. They're like, hey, do you want to go to another country and shoot at somebody and be shot at that you've never seen before or
That is
anything? And
true.
people are like dying to go over there. There are psychos that just want to fucking kill people. There are someone that would be out there, easily 100 of them, that'd be like, I'll fucking kill this gorilla and I will die trying to do it.
And you will.
100%.
And you will.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are 100%. You think there aren't guys on death row? You think there's not some 6'7" jacked ass fucking dude sitting in prison that wouldn't be like, fuck it, I'm on death row anyways. I murdered 8 people. Like I'll try and kill a fucking gorilla.
Yeah.
For sure. There's so many psychos out
That'd
there.
be like the dude in the movie though. Like I don't know what movie. I'm just saying. Like I feel like it's a pretty cliche thing where it's like they got this big old dude,
Mm-hmm.
and then he's just like the first one. He gets like hit once and he's just done.
Glass
He's like
jaw.
got this like big old entrance. He's like, look how massive I am. The gorilla just like smacks him and he's just dead.
I mean, shit. And even what about like sumo wrestlers too? I mean, just like
You gotta be fast.
just mass wise, they're pretty fucking fast.
I
Sumo
know,
wrestling
but, like,
is intense,
again, I don't know how you
right? Like
how you hold it down. You have to have like 20 guys, like dudes. This is gonna be really bad. Some of you may die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. Shout out Lord Farquaad. But like you kind of just gotta have like a bunch of dudes just like charge at it to try to knock it over, and then have a bunch of these dog pile and just
just fucking tabletop it. You send in the first crew that's gonna get batted around and beat the shit, and as they're running in, you just get a handful of dudes run up behind it, and then you just fucking have 40 dudes just run up and just try and tackle or push it, trip it over the fucking guy, and then you just dogpile it, and you try and strip the ball out.
Yeah, see, that'd probably
punch
work.
it, and then you punch it in the. Dude, that's the other thing. It's a fucking hit it in the fucking nuts. Like it does have weaknesses, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't like who knows how good its fucking peripheral vision
fight,
is.
Though, dude.
Fuck no, it's a fight.
Quarrel.
It's a fight. We're kicking it in the fucking nuts. I'm grabbing its nuts, twisting them, gouging its fucking eyes.
It's an MMA fight.
If we gotta fucking beat a gorilla, we're doing whatever we can. Which is why I think we have the advantage because, like I said, we have the brain to know all that shit.
No, 100%, 100%. Yeah, I just think it's all about execution.
Yeah, 100%.
Execution.
You could, you can't fuck it up.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be locked in. If you're not, you're done. I just say.
I honestly too, I would pay to watch it if they actually set this up.
I think it'd be like really. It sounds like a great idea, but then like I feel like I would like start watching it, and, like seeing people get ripped apart, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, you know what? Actually, I think I'm never gonna be the same person ever again.
Oh yeah, well I think I've watched enough fucked up videos like that I'm already mentally scarred from.
Just like desensitized to it.
Yeah, completely desensitized to any of that stuff. But
yeah, no, I just think it'd be crazy. I just want to see like a gorilla like grab someone's head and just like squeeze and just
pop it like a grape.
Yeah, I'd be like, okay.
It would just grab the first guy, just fucking throw him.
It's like, well, you know what? I think I'm just gonna go back and watch The Office.
It would be crazy to be able to see that.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. It'd be crazy for sure.
I just wanted your take on that. I'm glad I remembered to bring it up this time. I was so pissed when I left here last time because I'm like, I knew I had something else I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
I knew it would be something fun to talk about.
It's a little crazy. But
yeah. I did have a quick thing on golf, surprisingly. I don't know if you've seen this clip or not, but some guy posted a video and said how to sound like a golf expert. And basically, every time he teed off, he set a fucking... for like a cap gun, the little like loads they have for cap guns, he would like put one in front of the ball when people weren't looking, and then when he'd hit the ball, it would make the crazy. It's all 6 shots of a cap gun going off at the same time, and everybody's just their heads would just snap over, and they're like, "I've never heard a ball sound like that." And this guy did it like a bunch of times, like a minute-long video of him doing this, and so many people are just like blown away. He just keeps hitting balls, and they just sound like they're exploding. It's fucking crazy. I mean, that's pretty funny. That's a pretty sick move.
Oh yeah. There's a golf club that you can buy. I think it uses like how like cap guns like they're like in like a drum, I guess you could say, like a cylinder is how they look, like the loads, but it's basically the amount of gunpowder like a 22.
Mm-hmm.
And you just hit a button and like it just pops out and hits the golf ball. It's pretty stupid.
Really?
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, it's obviously huge. It's gimmick. It's a gimmick.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like it doesn't even go that far.
I was gonna say I would imagine it probably doesn't go very far at all.
No, it's pretty stupid.
Well, I wonder what it costs too. It's like probably $200.
Let's find out.
I don't know how much golf clubs normally cost. I'm sure they obviously can get very, very expensive, but
Yeah, my driver I think was like $350.
holy shit.
Yeah, and I can't hit it. What am I gonna say? Gunpowder. I'm just gonna look up gunpowder
Gunpowder Golf Club.
golf club. Yeah. Okay, but these are golf courses. This is not what I want. The Swingless Golf Club. Oh yeah, okay. Let's try looking that up. I'm very invested in this. Golf club, driver, gun. Let's see. I just want to know how much it is. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's in the front of it.
Yeah. It's really stupid how it looks. It's really dumb. Propel golf balls from 50 to over 200 yards.
Not a shot.
Buy today.
Not a shot in hell.
It's $1,200.
Oh!
It's actually on sale right now. It's normally $1,500.
There's not a fucking snowball's chance in hell that thing's hitting the ball more than 100 yards tops.
Yeah, I think,
and that's after
100 is pushing it.
And that's after it rolls to 100. Yeah, it ain't going on the fly.
And you're playing in Denver. Like you're up there. Like the air is very thin.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I'm saying, oh my god, I just didn't realize there was a video in there. Hopefully it didn't play. Sorry about that last episode. I forgot about that.
People are probably just hearing that thing like,
yeah, right? Probably. Sorry for your ears if that's the case. We're talking about a driver. It was on sale for $1,200, normally $1,500.
That is so stupid.
Yeah, really dumb.
Who has the money to piss that away on a gimmick? Because you're not taking that to a golf course.
Content creators. No, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It would be really stupid. Yeah, I don't know.
That's nuts.
It's really dumb.
I guess we should probably jump into the thing that everybody's seen happen because it was like the biggest news really in baseball.
The Pirates fan.
Yeah. Cubs-Pirates game. Guy took a brewski tumble right over the fucking railing.
So, we had talked about this a little before we started recording. I had seen this post on Reddit, and again, it's the internet, so who knows how true it is. I could have went on there and just like typed up a story.
For sure.
But for the sake of the story, let's just say this person isn't lying what they're saying. They said they go on Reddit and they say like they were sitting in front of or behind this guy like the whole game. Like he was hammered.
Of course.
Super hammered. He gets up, takes his shirt off, starts jumping, and then just like loses his balance and falls. And falls over the edge.
That's what it looks like what happened.
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, it was kind of crazy because like no one really like understood what happened at first.
I don't think people realize how far the drop is.
Yeah. To 20 feet.
21 feet.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Add the extra foot. It's the Clemente wall, dude.
Yeah, and he landed right on his noggin. So
a lot of blood in the photo I seen when they had him on the stretcher.
I saw the aerial view.
Yeah, they posted a picture of him like on the stretcher and his fucking like nose was just pouring. There's just blood pouring out of his nose and mouth. I'm like, that's not healthy.
Yeah, no, that's not good. I'm sure there's probably definitely some.
Another fan jumped down to help him.
Yeah, I saw that because again, like people were just like standing there, just like kind of like whoa, what happened?
Next, like, what do you do?
I mean, I get it. I would have
been
do
anything.
Oh wait, I would have been like, damn, that's crazy. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I'm gonna get a hot dog.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
I think we call that natural selection, truly.
I'm so happy you said that. I said that at work.
Dude, like I get it. Like, yeah, okay, obviously it's awful what happened. Like you hate to see it. Like obviously like someone like do that, but like I don't know. You just got to be smarter than that. And I get like things happen. Like you trip, but those if you've ever sat like in the outfield and you've sat like along those walls are pretty high.
Even from like 8 feet, you wouldn't want to land on your fucking head or neck or back or anything. Like an awkward fall from 8 feet.
I'm talking about just like the edge to get over though. Like the fact that you fall over, like they're pretty high.
Oh yeah,
like they're tall, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ledge or whatever it is, like the barrier basically.
They're higher than the average person's waist.
Yes, like you kind of almost have to be trying. I'm not saying that this guy purposely jumped off because he didn't. I mean, you could obviously tell he didn't, but it's like. Dang, that really sucks, but
survival of the fittest.
Stupid.
I agree. That was my argument.
I hate to say I sound awful saying I know I do, but it's like
no, it doesn't sound awful. It's just the truth. You can't fucking pad the world for idiots out there.
No, I get it. I mean, yeah, it could have. you got to be whoever he was with should have been like, okay, dude, like I'm sure because
Settle down.
yeah, I'm sure it was like he probably in any situation that I've ever been in like that where there's like a moment before disaster. It's like where you should be like, whoa,
Chill.
oh, I almost fell. Like I need to just it's like, hey, just calm
Yeah.
down. Like you're gonna end up hurting yourself. You're gonna fall over.
Yeah.
Instead, like no, they're just like, let this guy go. Let him cook.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten extremely intoxicated before, and I've probably, I'm sure I just don't remember. I'm sure I've put myself in harm's way a couple times, like, but nothing.
Everyone has, and if anyone's
Not
gonna
at like
say
a
that,
fucking
yeah.
sporting event, like something like that. Though I just feel like I mentally could never get out of that. Like,
Where you still
I'm
have,
looking.
like, cognitive thinking. Like I still actually think.
Yeah, I could still visually see that I'm fucking 20 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't if I was shit. I've been shit faced on my roof before watching the fireworks and
Yeah.
shit. Like, and I've never thought like, dude, watch how fucking
I mean,
cool it'll be to
he
dance
just
by
had
the
to be
gutter. Like, I'm not gonna do that.
super hammered because I think about it, like I've gotten pretty messed up, and I've always again like you're saying I've still been able to comprehend like, hey, I'm not gonna put myself in danger by doing this, or I'm gonna
Yeah.
stay away from that. Like
Yeah, I'm
he
not
had
gonna
to
try
be
and
messed up,
100%.
bad. Like and now they're probably gonna do something to make it more safe, and he just ruined it for everyone.
Yeah, I of course seen some libtard right away. The MLB needs to the Pirate Stadium needs to make
talking
the rails
politics.
higher. Blah blah blah. I'm like, no, and of course people were just ragging on this guy. I'm like, yeah, it's survival of the fittest.
It's
dude.
like, what else do you do? Like, people don't fall off the green monster.
No, people. This doesn't happen often.
No,
Like hardly ever,
Yeah.
actually. So it's once in a while, well, the gene pool just gets a little bit smarter. That's all. It is what it is.
But yeah, I mean,
Bummer for that guy, but I haven't heard any updates if
I have
he's
not heard
alive or
anything.
not.
Oh, I just heard that he was in critical condition. That's all they said though.
Yeah,
Like,
when
right
it
after
happened.
it happened.
Yeah, which was pretty obvious based on the fact that he landed on his neck from a 20-foot drop.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably a long road to recovery for that guy.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I want to see an update because I want to see what
How severe
what
is it?
bones
Is
he
gonna be good?
broke. What happened.
Probably fractured his vertebrae.
I would imagine his spine, neck, maybe cracked his skull.
Speaking of injuries, real quick, I just want to throw this out there because I know I'll
Okay.
forget. LeBron sprained his MCL, in Game 5. That's why he was on the ground injured when he got bumped into.
Mm.
Did you see that?
When he got barely touched and he flopped by what DiVincenzo bumped him, right?
Yeah. Well, apparently it was a grade 5 or whatever, however they describe it.
Mm-hmm.
MCL sprain or 5 or 2. I don't remember exactly. Either way, he sprained his MCL. And yeah, that's why he was just in excruciating pain. It definitely wasn't because his ego was hurting. It was because he sprained his MCL.
Yeah, definitely. It hurts. I mean, yeah. Sticking on the injury thing too, and the NBA, and libtards. Steve Kerr, I cannot stand this guy. Everything he says anymore, like he has turned into such a pussy about everything. Did you see in the last game against the Warriors and Rockets, Dylan Brooks kept swatting at Steph's thumb because Steph Curry's thumb is like 2 times the size of a normal thumb. Now it's like totally botched.
Yeah.
And so of course, like every time he shoots the ball, anytime he's handling, like Dylan Brooks is like swatting at his hand, trying to play the ball and doing what any athlete in any sport does ever, attack someone's weakness, especially if they're one of the better players, if not the best player on the court.
Yeah.
You're going to go after them. You're going to take advantage of it. It happens in football. It happens in baseball. It happens all the time. And Steve Kerr was saying in a post-game interview that it was uncalled for what he was doing and the NBA should make a rule about this and blah, blah. I'm like, make a fucking rule. Bench him then. He shouldn't be playing if he's that injured and you're that concerned. Then either he doesn't play or just shut up and stop talking like a pussy.
It is kind of bush league, but I understand, like, yeah, if someone's injured, you're gonna like
If Patrick
try to take
Mahomes' knee is
advantage of it.
fucking hurting him or when his ankle was hurting him, you don't tell me every fucking lineman was going
I'm not disagreeing with that part.
tear
I'm just
his
saying,
leg
yeah,
apart.
It's it's bush league. For sure.
It's just, it's just what happens. Like, you're not going to get that out of any sport. And to be like, we need to make a rule about, like, God, I just can't stand
he's obviously definitely
says.
butthurt because it's his own guy, but
He's butthurt about everything. Just like the Draymond shit. It was like last week when they were in Houston. People were chanting, fuck you, Draymond. Like the whole crowd. And he gets on there in the post-game interview, and they asked him about it, and he's like, well, I just think it's a little uncalled for. It's a little over the top, you know, the whole F you Draymond thing.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, and like he has kids. I'm like,
yeah.
Bruh.
No, I get it. It's pretty, I would say, I would agree. That's pretty soft. It's definitely a little soft.
Yeah, he's just a weak bitch. I don't know what happened to Steve Kerr, but yeah, the NBA, boy, Lakers going home. Good thing LeBron will have plenty of time to rest that grade 5 sprained ACL or MCL, whatever it is.
Well, they were saying now, obviously, there's headlines that his future is uncertain. He said that he wanted to play with Bronny and then he would retire, and
he's not going to retire.
He's not going to retire. He's stat padding is truly what he's doing.
A, stat padding, and B, he's still playing at a very high level, though. It's 100%. Not like he's only throwing up 12 points a game.
Yeah.
And, like, you know, he's actually playing at a really high level and can still perform. And also, Shams Charania brought this up on Pat McAfee's show yesterday or something. They were talking about it. And he's like, he's going to be in his 23rd year next year. So he wears the number 23. And also, that would be the longest career for any NBA player ever. So why wouldn't he play? And then I guess his other son is possibly eligible for the NBA draft by 2026.
Dude, they just need to let these kids play longer in college. Yes, like this is so stupid. That's the problem with Bronny. I mean, it's like, he kind of sucked. Or not kind of, he sucked at USC. He was awful. Yeah. And then it's like, get in the league now. Yeah. LeBron wants to play with him. We need to get him in the NBA.
And he has improved, but, like, of course, because that's due to playing time. But that playing time should be happening, like, the G League and in college. Yeah. But, yeah, they're talking like his other son apparently could be eligible for the draft next year as well. So I don't see him retiring. I don't. And also, I don't see that happening. I don't, personally. But he'll have plenty of time to think about it while he's out golfing because he is done. They are sent packing.
See you, Chump. Anthony Edwards is kind of starting. Well, he's definitely figuring it out, and he's turning into one of the best in the league.
Yeah, I mean
he's legit.
He's fucking awesome. His shit talking is great. I mean,
yeah, it is pretty good. I like it.
Pretty much everything.
Again, like, we definitely like some smack talking around here. 100% here for it. He's got to be able to back it up. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah, and he obviously does.
Other news: the Pacers take down the Bucks. They made easy work of them.
Yeah.
That game was nuts. The ending of that game, do you see the fucking Tyrese Halliburton drive to the rim to close the game? No. Dude, the Pacers were down by like 10 points or some shit with like, I don't know how many or maybe it was like 8 points, 9 points with like 40 seconds to go and came back and got it to within 1 point. And then, oh, God damn it. Who was it on the Bucks? He was going off. He, like, actually was popping off, hit, like, 3 3-pointers in the last minute and a half of the game, and that's, like, what gave the Bucks this huge lead. Gary Trent. He was on fire. And then all of a sudden, there's, like, 7 seconds left. Ball gets passed to him, and it just goes through his hands and goes out of bounds. Pacers get the ball. Halliburton just takes it himself, drives right to the rim. Easy fucking layup, makes it look simple, and they win in overtime. It was actually nuts.
Did you see the thing with Halliburton's dad and Giannis?
Yeah, that was the other thing that I wanted. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was kind of.
So did you see both? Did you see the whole thing?
No, I really didn't even look into it. I just saw like that his dad's like banned from games.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they banned him.
Good.
Yeah, and he like puts out like an apology. He's like, it's an awful representation of me and my son, and he's like, that's just not not good. I shouldn't have done that. And yeah, he's like not allowed to go to Pacers home games anymore.
Yeah, you should have thought of that. Pacers home games or just Bucks games? Because I think that was in Milwaukee. I might actually no. It was in Indy. That's kind of crazy. They banned him from
or something like that. Wow. Hold up. I'm gonna look it up. Halliburton did. The Pacers front office has banned Tyrese Halliburton's dad from attending home/road games for the foreseeable future.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. Okay, and in my opinion, I agree with that. I think he's fucking wrong. I seen him like on the
What?
you know.
So did he just like run up to Giannis and start running his mouth?
Yes, that's exactly what happened. But no one showed that at first. All they got showed was Giannis getting in his face, and everyone's like, "You can't do that. You can't do that, even if he's talking shit." But then a video came out of Halliburton's dad running out there, holding up Halliburton jersey, and he was like, "Yeah, this is what fucking winners do. This is what fucking winners do," and was like yelling a bunch of shit in his face, like not in his face, but right in front of him to him.
Yeah.
And then a few minutes later is when Giannis, moseyed over there and got in his fucking grill and was
Is Giannis not an NBA champ?
Thank you. Yes. And that's the other, yeah.
Is
I'm
Giannis not like top 5 in the league?
And also, motherfucker, you're not you're not playing.
Yeah, you are literally
you shouldn't even be on the court.
Yeah, you have a bigger ego than your son. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, because Halliburton is a very, chill.
That's why he was kind of he's like, yeah, we had a discussion. Because
Yeah.
Halliburton is like a very mellow,
Mm-hmm.
he's not that kind of person, player. Yeah. I mean, obviously he's got that dog in him. But
he does.
He's not one to do something like that.
No. And that was so uncalled for. And I was actually shocked at the NBA on TNT panel. Charles and everybody but Shaq was like, yeah, Halliburton's dad's wrong. He shouldn't even be on the fucking court, first off.
100%.
And they're like, but you don't go talking shit to this guy and not expect him to come get in your fucking face over it. I mean,
yeah,
also
his emotions are extremely high because he's pissed about his playoff
Yeah.
loss.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and Shaq's like, no, that's not right. That's not right. He's like, you know how many times people talk shit to me? He goes, you guys walk away. You guys walk away. He shouldn't do that. Giannis shouldn't have done that. Giannis shouldn't. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Dude.
No, get out of here.
No.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Halliburton's dad was in the wrong. 100%.
100%.
When I saw that they banned him, I was like, that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah, I cannot believe that. That's extremely shocking.
Hey, they made an example out of him.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
truly.
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, it needs things like this need to happen more.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, when you have fans on the sideline, just I get you're gonna talk shit. It happens. But some of these fans get crazy with it. It's what? The one with Russell Westbrook a couple years ago, when that lady was she was obviously very drunk. I don't remember exactly the exchange, but again, she was going nuts, what she was saying, and they told her multiple times you need to stop or else you're out of here.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's dude, good, start doing this.
Didn't that happen with Braun too? Recently, this chick was calling him a pussy, and he got in her face, and he punked her out.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
then she got kicked out.
People, and it's the same thing at baseball games too. Who the hell did it last year? Damn it, I cannot remember who it was. A player grabbed a guy in the stands because they were leaning over the dugout as the players were walking in. He was talking shit to him, and the dude's like, "Oh yeah," and he grabbed him by the shirt and was fucking in his face.
Dude, I saw that at a Sox game.
Yeah, people just feel invincible because they feel like there's this barrier. Oh, I can say whatever I want. It's hey, these are still human beings you're talking to. They're people with feelings and emotions, and they're also superhumans because they train regularly. So just because your fat, sloppy ass is shit faced doesn't give you the right to talk shit to a 6'9" athletic freak like Giannis. Bro, what? This guy could squash you like a bug.
I was at a Sox game. I was sitting just to the right of the bleachers by the Busy Bar in the outfield, right behind the bullpen.
Yeah,
and yeah, this guy was chirping the right or the left fielder, chirping. And then finally, I forgot what he said. It was pretty vulgar. And then the security guard comes up. He's like, "You can heckle." He's like, "But if you keep saying stuff like that, you're out of here."
Yeah.
The guy was like, "All right, man." Got up, walked away. I didn't see him the rest of the game. He never came back to his seats. I'm assuming he probably tucked his tail between his legs and probably went to go sit at one of the bars or something.
Yeah, he probably felt like a fucking fool, and he should.
He's probably walking away, so you know what, dude, I'm just gonna be the bigger person. I'd mess that guy up. I don't even care. You kick me out. I don't care, dude. It's the White Sox. I don't care. I guarantee it's probably the exact
talking
words
shit to his buddies. Yeah, dude, I almost told that security guard.
He's so
to
lucky.
Fuck off.
He's so lucky, dude.
Yeah.
He's so lucky.
Yep. But yeah, that was an interesting thing. That I don't know. I was blown away by the fact that people are actually on the side of his dad. I'm like, there's no way.
Insane.
There's no way.
No, he's
get
wrong.
out of here.
You don't do that.
No.
I get it. Yeah, talk some smoke, but
yeah,
there's a fine line.
There is, yes, and I would not talk shit to a fucking 7 foot tall athletic freak.
No.
Not to his face, at least. I might yell it from the second row, like the second level in the
Yeah.
stands.
Second level is like screaming top of your lungs.
Yeah, absolutely. That's okay.
Get the Twitter fingers going. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
I'm gonna cook them.
The internet has given people superhuman confidence, and
Yes.
it's just
it's
going to
crazy.
backfire. It's starting to backfire.
Yeah, I've seen examples for sure.
Yeah. In other news, Celtics smoke the fucking Magic, make easy work of them as well.
Dude, like I didn't even know that was a series. I mean, you
Yeah.
just don't hear about it because the Celtics are just going out there and just like
They're
playing rec league.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. That's pretty much how that one went. And then yesterday's games, we had the Pistons losing to the Knicks, so that series is over now. Knicks move on, and then Denver, once again, sports books just know how to work their magic, I guess. Definitely shit's not rigged or anything like that. Denver was winning when I last looked, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say it was either the start of the third quarter, or maybe it was like the beginning of the second quarter. Denver was winning by a significant margin, and they were 6-point underdogs, 6.5-point underdogs. I'm like, that seems kind of crazy. And everybody in Denver was plus money on the money line. I'm like, that seems like a trap. I'm staying away. After Denver just won the game before they could close it out, I'm like, I'm not touching that. Everybody was betting on the fucking Nuggets. And what do you know? They lose by 6. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm so happy I stayed away from that. But that one's going to a game 7. Nuggets and Clippers. That'll be awesome.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, and then you got Warriors and Rockets tonight, starting in a few hours. That's Warriors are up 3-2 in that series. So that'll be pretty interesting. I am curious to see what happens in the Pacers and Cavs series, because the Cavaliers might make easy work of the Pacers.
Dude, like I'm saying, I don't know that the Pacers have what it takes yet.
No, they're like missing like one like big piece.
Yeah, I don't know what it is because I'm truly just going off of like my eye test and that's it. Graham, I'm like, yeah, that's a good team. It's a well-oiled machine, but they're just missing something.
Yeah,
There's just something about it that they just don't have it yet. They could very well like make one move this offseason and be
Giannis.
like in yeah, that would be crazy.
I mean,
Imagine the Christmas party.
it's honestly kind of possible.
I don't think he's leaving. He's not leaving.
I don't know. They were talking about, that was another thing that Shams was talking about on Pat's show, because he's like, they were asking about like, what do the Bucks do? Like, how the fuck do they get over this hump? Like where they're at?
They have like no draft picks. They
don't have a
nothing.
draft pick until like 2031.
Yeah.
And he's like, they have no draft picks, and they also have like 4 players making $28 million a year or some shit. He's like, or whatever the fuck their thing was, not $28 million a year, but it was like they have like $500 million in cap
They're in a
hits
really
and shit.
bad
Like,
space.
yeah, and he goes, and they really don't have anything to like trade away that is like of value that a
Giannis
team is
and
going to
Dame.
give up. Yeah, and what's his name? There's like one other guy that they have that would be like worth anything, and it's like at this point,
Then they can get a crazy haul for Giannis, obviously.
They absolutely could.
And then whoever trades him would probably ultimately, or trades for him would ultimately probably immediately give him a supermax. I feel like that's
I would imagine that would
what
happen.
do you do? Like, yeah, Giannis, we're gonna sign you to a $100 million deal. Probably like, no, no,
No. Yeah.
no.
Yeah, for sure. He's absolutely going to get a supermax if he does end up like
Yeah.
signing somewhere else.
100%. Well deserved, obviously. Again, Giannis, an absolute animal.
Yeah, he's a freak.
Yes, 100%.
He's the Greek freak, as people like to call
That's
him.
what they call him.
I guess I do want to jump back on baseball quick. I did see this from today. Mike Trout is being placed on the IL with a bone bruise
Yes,
on his left knee.
They don't think it's anything serious, so he shouldn't be out long.
No, but a bone bruise does suck, and
They hurt.
Yeah, that's ass, and it's just ass to see him get hurt
Constantly, dude.
again.
He needs to leave. He needs to get out of the Angels organization, and he just needs to fire his like training staff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a just a quick stat, real quick, just because it's great. I mean, it means nothing because they're still garbage, but it's just kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
The White Sox have won by 7+ runs 5 times this season. The only other team to do that is the Chicago Cubs.
Yeah,
and their records are polar opposites.
They've won by 7+ runs 5 times this season.
Yes,
and I believe they have 8 wins.
Yes.
Yeah, that's kind of it's so laughable.
It's honestly, it's like cool.
Yeah, they have one relatively impressive stat at least.
Yeah.
Who are they playing tonight? Oh, they play the Astros.
They do. They're probably gonna get smoked. So.
Yeah, they're probably gonna get lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not gonna be. It's not gonna be great, at all. But
that's so funny.
Yeah.
I seen a thing, and I think we like had talked about this before about Ichiro and like his batting average and shit, but it was just like this like old stat. It was like Ichiro got his 3rd MLB hit,
his 10th plate appearance,
and his 10th plate appearance, and his batting average never dipped under 300 for the rest of his career.
Yeah, it's insane. The guy was a freak.
Yeah,
Talk
I'm like,
about
I just
nuts. That guy was nuts.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm like, I fucking love that. I love that
that's
so much.
Awesome. Those are kind of stats that you love to see. I don't like to
Yeah.
see. This is the first player to blow his nose, fart, and steal 2 bases in one game.
The Aaron Judge stats that are happening right now, you mean? Like everyone, they're like talking about how this like this historic tear. Is everybody forgetting that we record a podcast at the same time every Friday? I'm getting this is a second phone call now that I'm getting.
People need to figure it out.
Yeah, what the hell? We've been doing this for long enough. I would think if you were a loyal listener, you would know better than to call. But see, I lost my train of thought. What the fuck was I saying?
Aaron Judge. Stats.
Thank you. Yeah, these Aaron Judge stats are coming out now about like, and Aaron Judge's last 160 something games now. He's hit 65 home runs and 100 something RBIs and blah blah blah. I'm like, who gives a fuck about you? Now you're gonna go back to last season stats and combine them with this year's stats. Like, what are we talking about? Sure, okay.
Show me the playoff stats.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, yeah, count those too. Show me his like. It's just so dumb. Like, stop.
You quite the black eye.
Yes, it would. I mean, I just don't understand though. Like going back, it's stupid.
No, that is really
stupid.
dumb.
We
Again,
don't
it's
need
just
those
like
stats.
this. Yeah,
What's he doing right now?
baseball is the
matters.
worst for stats like that.
Yeah,
baseball is the absolute worst, and just like making up stats, just to, like make a talking point. Obviously, because they very long season, 162 games, regular season alone.
Yeah.
So they need stats. I understand why they do it, but I hate it.
Yeah.
And I would just want to say this though about baseball. Baseball is really fun right now. I think baseball is the most fun it's ever. It's the most fun it's been in a long time for that I can remember.
It seems like it keeps getting better and better every fucking year.
Yeah,
and this has been
awesome.
Electric so far.
Jerry Reinsdorf just needs to get out of the picture, and then I can start having fun again, like everyone else.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But it has been fucking awesome. Like everything. Oh, that was the other one. The Dalton Varsho catch.
Oh, yeah, that was nuts.
My God. Granted, it's funny because it wasn't like normally every greatest catch is always like, a physical feat of like, oh, look at the way he tracked the ball and ran it down and dove and like did something.
No, this
and
was
he
like...
falls and just stumbles and it's like, look at this clown. And then he just sticks his glove behind his back and catches the ball.
I don't understand how he just like knew where to stick his glove out.
He didn't. They interviewed him and asked him, they're like, how did you catch? He's like, I just put my glove out. The ball happened to go into it. I'm like, yeah, that's how that looked, actually.
Dude, that was so nuts.
It was perfect.
No, that was awesome.
It was absolutely perfect.
Honestly, it's like, dude, Thanksgivings, he's probably the most insufferable guy on earth. From now on, he's like, dude, he's going to retire. He's like, his daughter's boyfriend or something's going to come over. He's like, want something cool? Check this out. That's me.
Yeah, right.
I'm totally unintentional.
The reactions were so hilarious too. Like just everybody. His reaction of like he gets up and he's just like,
what do you do?
You just see him start smirking like he's trying to stone face it, and it's so funny. And the pitcher's like just turns around and get this whack ass look. Like everybody is just like laughing because like that is so comically funny how he managed to catch that. Like, it
It's
doesn't
like,
even
yeah,
make sense.
it's like, what do you do? How do you react to that? I'd be like, I would just be like, I don't know, dude. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It just happened.
And he's on a heater now because of it, because he had a home run the next game, and then he had a home run yesterday, too. His first and second of the season.
Keep it going, dude. Keep it going.
I love to see that. And also, the same day, like 30 minutes later, not even, the Mets had like one of the craziest defensive innings I've ever seen personally. The 3 outs that they got, all 3 outs, each one of them was the equivalent to like, oh, that happens like maybe once a game if you're lucky. Like first out, it's a ball that gets smoked to third base, hits the third baseman, like it short hops, hits the third baseman, goes up in the air. Lindor catches it at short and fires it like 100 miles an hour over to first, gets the first out. It was like the craziest perfect bounce over to short. The next play, whoever their center fielder is, I'm forgetting his name, ball gets hit into the left center gap. This dude runs, dives like Superman, lays out and catches a ball, robs it, and everyone's like, oh my God. And then the third out, a ball gets smoked, a one hopper to Lindor that bounces like literally the first bounce it takes is like on the outfield grass, and he just like backs up. He's like down on one knee, backs up, picks up the scoop, and the whole arm like comes back, and then he just fires it over to first and gets him out. I'm like, it was so
That's awesome.
nuts. It was the craziest like string of events. I'm like, that you get lucky if that's once a game.
Speaking of firing the ball 100 mile an hour and talking about stupid baseball stats, I had seen, I think it was Bleacher Report. They had posted a thing about Ellie De La Cruz.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they were like, "Whoa, dude! Like, before the fastest throw was like 107.2. It's like he threw this 110.1."
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, that's pretty fast, but it was nowhere near home plate where the runner had slid in and scored.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's cool,
But that's insane.
no, that is nuts.
Like a shortstop throwing a ball, any player throwing a ball that fast, but for like 110
dude,
mile
and
an hour.
Ellie De La Cruz though is like, he's kind of like scrawny. Like he's super scrawny.
Yeah,
I mean, he's like a super skinny. Granted, he's like tall and lanky,
Yeah,
but he's just like so like thin. I'm like, dude, it's like, how does he even? I mean, I would imagine the lankiness helps with the velo.
yeah. The flexibility, get that
Yeah.
real like
That's
real
why
snap on the
pitchers,
ball.
People, a tall pitcher is usually better. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is insane. It again kind of pointless stat, but also that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was like, why is this a highlight? But like, it is. Yeah. Cool.
I think that was all I had on baseball, if I'm not mistaken.
I just want to touch on boxing real quick for those of you who are listening tonight. Loaded weekend. So obviously tonight we have the fights in Times Square. We have Ryan Garcia versus Raleigh Romero. Devin Haney is fighting again, and Devin Haney is fighting after. Devin Haney is the main event. Garcia and Romero is a co-main event. But this is the first time that there will be a fight, like, in Times Square, like out in the open.
Yeah, it's like
this.
in Times Square.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're shutting down Times Square for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be nuts. And then obviously tomorrow, Canelo fights Skull, and Skull's 23-0. Skull's 23-0. He's going for one of his belts. I get so nervous every time he fights because I'm like, dude,
When's it going to be the one?
I know I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. Like, he's the GOAT. He's my GOAT.
You don't want to see the Mike Tyson Buster Douglas moment?
Yeah, dude, I don't want to be like, he's done. Like,
Yeah.
man, I'm like, man, he's not who he. I mean, granted, the last time people were saying that the last guy would give him a run for his money, Canelo messed him up. I mean, Canelo just rocked him. But that's why, again, that's why unfortunately I have to leave our event early tomorrow to get home to watch the fights. I got a 2-hour drive home, and I got to compensate for any traffic, so I got to get home. I got to watch that fight. But yes, just want to throw that in there for anyone who is interested in boxing. Loaded weekend. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it's kind of an insane 2
And
days
I'm
of
excited.
fights.
Yeah.
Like legit. It's truly insane.
I'm hyped. And anyone who says they don't like boxing is wrong. I'm just going to throw that in there. So there's too many rules. The MMA is way better. MMA can be better. But the MMA also has a lot of standing there, kicking your leg out, missing, and that.
Yeah, I mean, it's no different. I mean, they do that in boxing too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's like it's the same thing. But the MMA can be very electric in the fact that like when you have someone who's very aggressive and is actually really good at grappling, that's when MMA is like more exciting
guess
because when you're watching someone get their face smashed.
It's just like boxing. If you're talking casual people, then yes, like you're saying that is like that would be like a casual fan's like, yeah, that's electric. But someone who really like enjoys MMA, you'd be like I don't mind like when guys are on the ground and they're like wrestling around and trying to do like jiu-jitsu and shit
No, that's
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
Like
That's what good at grappling. Yeah. That's
like a lot of people
cool.
don't like that shit about MMA. The same way a lot of people hate on boxing because they're like, well, unless somebody's getting like one punch knockouts, like it's not really interesting to just watch guys like
No, it's actually,
for like 13 rounds. Like no one gives a shit. Like people want to see someone get knocked out. Like the casuals.
Yeah, all they want to see is just someone just go out cold.
They want to see Mike Tyson.
But I'm like, it's actually really cool when you see someone get hit in the liver and they stand there for like 10 seconds more, and then you see them like think about like, whoa, like actually like I can't even move. This hurts so bad.
You're lucky if you get 10 seconds to think on a good liver shot. It's usually about 2 to 3 and you're down on one knee. Like
that's how Tank Davis beat Ryan Garcia when they fought.
Yeah.
Ryan Garcia already had like he had done something with his ribs, so then Tank Davis hit him right there, and it was right in the liver. He's like sitting there. He goes to hit, and he just like takes a knee and like stops, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "Dude, they hit him in the liver."
That's bush league shit, dude. He attacked an area in his body that he knew was injured ahead of time.
I mean,
how fucked up.
In a fighting sport, it's a little different, but yeah, 100%.
It's like it's almost in every type of competition.
Yeah, especially when you're hit. The goal is to beat the shit out of the other person.
Yeah. Quick NFL things. We touched on this before, and now it's just been blown into a completely bigger deal than it ever needed to be. But the NFL fined the Falcons $250,000.
I saw that.
And the defensive coordinator, Jeff Ulbrich, $100,000 for failing to prevent the disclosure of confidential information distributed to the club in advance of the NFL draft. Because Jeff Ulbrich's son prank called Shadur Sanders, and no one seems to give a shit that Mason Graham got prank called or that Cooper DeJean got prank called or like every player.
Abdul Carter, there's been a lot of it. I'm just like, I'm going to say, I would imagine that things probably did happen, but since this one was so blown up, everything's like being released about it. I'm sure if you were to, do a deep dive, you'd probably find that they did fine whoever or whatever. But again, this goes back to like my point where I'm saying like, you think you would just take like precautions then on ways to avoid this?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I was
why
wondering,
does a defensive coordinator first have his number? Why would the GM or the head coach or the president of the team not be the one with the number?
Yeah.
Does everyone have it? Does the ball boy have it?
See, and that's like a thing we were talking about at work too, because someone was like, well, I would imagine that the NFL probably gives out like all the guys who are entering the draft, like who they think is going to get picked. They probably have get their numbers out. And I'm like, but that doesn't make sense because there's only a certain number of people that get picked, but every college player is eligible. So, I mean, that's thousands of phone numbers to each team. Like, I don't see them doing that, A. And, like, B, to your point, why would Jeff Ulbrich be privy to that? Why would he fucking have his number?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if the NFL is going to want to make a change about this now, like, then do something different.
You know what somebody suggested was, what the fuck did they say? They basically said like, have these players not be sitting by their fucking phones and actually just have to watch the draft live and see who picks them instead of waiting on a phone call from the team and knowing they're going to go there. Because that's like what antagonizes people to call them because they know they're sitting there waiting for their phone to ring.
Yeah.
Like, just let them live pick it,
That's true.
Like, Shadur should just be at the draft. And then when his team announces him.
There'd be a lot of people at the draft.
For sure. But, I mean, if you could nail down the guys who know they're going to go top. Anyone who's even questioned to be in the top, I'd say 2 rounds. I mean.
I think players can. Yeah.
It's only 60 people.
Yeah.
Or, 64, whatever.
That's true. Yeah.
I don't know. It's like there are ways to, or also, and just stop giving a fuck about prank calls. I mean, it's a prank call, and I mean, I get it. It's because it was his his son, but I just wonder, like, was that how he got his number? Like, is that actually how he got his number?
I mean,
or
how
like,
else would he have gotten it?
well, there's a million ways to get people's numbers. I mean, who the fuck knows? I mean, look at like,
But it's like it's
but
a phone that was given to him by the NFL. That's what those phones are like. Just like it's not like their personal phone.
Yeah, no, that's. Yeah, I guess. I guess I'm like, you're thinking like, how does Jeff Ulbrich get that number?
That's my point. Is like
that's why I'm
where I
thinking
would
something
start.
else. Like,
That's where I would start. I'd be like, there's no reason why he should even have that. He's not going to be the one to call Shedeur.
Yeah,
he's not. I mean, granted, there's like, if you're in the war room, they'd be like, hey, do you want to make the call? It's like, here's the number and here's the phone.
I mean, I guess because you're on the coaching staff, you do like. I mean, a quarterback would have to communicate with the defensive coordinator.
That's true, but just leave it in the war room then. Leave the numbers there, like on a tablet or something. I'm sure there's some app or something they could use to be like, oh, you guys want to draft this player? Okay, search up his name. Here's the number. There you go. That's what you'll do to call him.
Yeah, and then also like, how did his son like? What did he? Is there like one way
He
to
probably
get it?
left,
Did he go through his fucking phone? Like, does Jeff Ulbrich not have a passcode on his phone, or does his son?
Yeah, they probably had like a tablet or papers or something. He's like going through to see like, oh, let's see like numbers. Like, it's like whoa, dude.
That's a good point. I don't know. I think it's so fucking blown out of proportion.
I agree.
mean, it's annoying.
Yeah.
In other NFL news, Jeff Spurbeck, R.I.P., longtime friend of John Elway, former business partner and former agent, he died the other day because he fell off a golf cart.
That John Elway was driving.
Being driven by John Elway, yeah.
Dude, I don't know how you like just keep going at that point. I'd be like, dude, I just killed my best friend.
Yeah, I don't understand how the guy died.
I would assume he probably flipped or something.
No, they had nothing happened. He just supposedly fell out of the cart while he was driving. Like they were driving home from a party, so obviously they were probably wasted.
Oh, 100%.
Now they claim that nothing happened. Like they didn't hit anything. They didn't like go off course. There wasn't any erratic driving involved, and that he had just fallen out of the cart while driving, and when he hit the ground, it killed him.
That's insane.
Like, that is a weak ass way to die. I mean, I'm not like, but it's like, what?
Yeah.
Falling out of a golf cart? That's like one of the weakest ways to go. Concrete or not. Like, whatever you landed on. I mean, still. Falling onto asphalt and you're like, oh, yeah, because you hit his head hard enough. Like, I know it's possible, but it's crazy.
Interesting. Is that the real story, John Elway? Are you covering something up?
Could be. You never know. You never know.
We got like a Reacher situation now.
I've never watched Reacher.
It's actually pretty good.
That's what I've heard. Everybody I know has watched it.
It's like I told Stephanie about it. The story is pretty good, like the plots.
Mm-hmm.
But the most entertaining thing is obviously like all the action. That's what like you're watching it for.
Yeah, of course.
But like the plots are actually solid in themselves. Kind of repetitive, just because it's like, oh, okay, I'm chilling, I'm eating at a diner. It's like, oh, I get involved with something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go kill this guy. Next season. I mean, but they do a pretty good job of like throwing in like spin zones though, where it's like, whoa, I kind of didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
They're based off books.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I've heard that. I know like a little bit about it just because, yeah, like I said, everybody, my parents, my uncles, everybody.
I started rewatching Blue Mountain State because of it. I'm pretty sure I said that already, but I like look at him, I'm like, dude, he's that castle. I'm like, I can't take him seriously. So I'm like rewatching Blue Mountain State now. I'm like, God, I love this show. This show is so funny. It's so stupid and simple, and it's just like a show where you just watch it and you're just like, hell yeah. Yeah. It just makes you want to say
it. It's another one I always heard of, like, remember when it first like came out, and then
I didn't even know like when it first came out. So like, I was like a freshman in high school. It had already been out by then. I'm pretty sure they actually like already stopped.
I was about to say, I think it came out like when I was relatively young.
It was like 2010 when they started. Yeah. When it came out.
Okay.
They only did like 3 seasons. So yeah, it had already been out for a little bit, and I remember this like one guy at school was like saying quotes and stuff. I'm like, dude, I don't even know like what you're talking about. I'm like, and then one of the guys like, he's talking about Blue Mountain State, the show. I'm like, I've never watched it, and I was like, I was playing football at the time, and I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? You haven't watched it? I'm like, I never watched it. So I started watching it. I'm like, whoa,
this is the greatest show ever.
Oh, this is awesome, dude. I'm like, I'm going to college. Obviously, I didn't. I did go to college, but not away. Dropped out.
To do podcasting.
Yep, full time. Thanks, COVID. No, it actually was the reason why I stopped going though. I'll go back one day. Yeah.
NHL news really quick. The
Yeah.
NHL has also been electric for anybody who's interested. Caps end up taking down the Canadians. We all kind of seen that coming, I think, at least in my opinion. Panthers end up taking down the Lightning, win that series. What do we got here? Yesterday was Thursday. Yesterday's games, boy. And actually, I want to go back to Tuesday's game because Tuesday's game, they kept posting a stat during the game because, like I said, Toronto notoriously chokes every single year. They never, ever can get the job done. I think Toronto hasn't won a Stanley Cup since like 68 or 67. It's been a very long
Let's
time.
find out. I feel like Joey said it, but I don't remember.
Yeah, he might have said it actually. Yeah, it's been a very long time. They were up.
I think you're right. 1967. They've won it 13 times.
Yeah.
But the last one was in 1967.
Yeah. So they were up 3-2 in the series, right? Was this game 5? I think this one was game. Yeah, they were up 3-1 in the series. Sorry, and they posted a stat that since 2018, Toronto Maple Leafs are 1-12 in elimination games.
That's awful.
1-12 in elimination games, meaning whether they're up 3-1 or they're on the verge the other way. And then they lost that game, so they moved to 1-13.
Rip.
They did end up pulling it out yesterday. Very interesting game. They were up. I think it was 2-1 for a good majority of the game, and then in the third period, David Perron ends up getting a goal finally, and then it was like nothing was happening for a long time, and then right after he scored, Pacioretty ends up scoring, gives the Leafs the lead again, and they close out that series. Golden Knights take down the Minnesota Wild. That was also a very good game. Stars and Avalanche. Fucking awesome game. I couldn't flip back and forth fast enough between the Kings and Oilers game and the Stars and Avalanche game. It was stupid. Like I said, Kings-Oilers, that one starts late, started 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I ended up staying up till midnight last night just finishing. I was like, fuck it, tomorrow's Friday, I'm just staying up. Because I couldn't turn it off. It was so cool. Watched in the first 5.5 minutes of the Kings-Oilers game, it was 3-2 already. There's 5 goals scored that fast. It was stupid. The entire game was both teams just basically trading off at center ice and shooting down the other side, shoot back the other way. It was just like breakaways and odd man rushes and all these like crazy. It was just so fun to watch. Oilers end up winning that one though, 6-4. They win the series. The Avalanche end up piecing up the Stars. It was a really close game until the third period, and then the fucking Avalanche just absolutely turned it on. Nathan McKinnon got an unassisted goal, takes one down by the goal line, shoots it, it gets stuffed, and it bounces around a bit, like right in front of the paint, and then someone batted it. Someone on the Stars bats it, and it goes off of another Stars player and bounces over the fucking goalie and goes into the net. So that's how they ended up taking the lead actually in that game. It was really fucking funny. Yeah, so that series though, that is a game to watch. That is now series is tied 3-3. It's going back to Dallas, so we got a game 7 happening there. And then tonight you got the Jets and Blues, which has been very chippy. And I would like the Jets to close it out because I hate the St. Louis Blues. I also want the Stars to lose because I do not like the Dallas Stars, and I do not like Jake Ottinger, or Otter as they call him. I just do not care for him. I don't know why. I hate Dallas mostly because of like the shit fits that they used to give the Hawks back in during our fucking dynasty. But I just cannot get. I'd rather see Colorado move on personally. Colorado's fucking good. Edmonton looked really good last night, but I really don't know who's going to take it all. I've been debating in my head. I know obviously it's getting easier as the rounds go on because you know who's getting eliminated. But yeah, hockey's been fun. And oh yeah, that was the fucking crazy thing. Sorry about Perron's goal. The goal that he had, it was truly like one of the craziest ones I've ever seen. So he's down. That was the game-tying goal with 7 minutes left in the third period. Like I said, he scored, and then Pacioretty scored right afterwards. So, but he tied the game with this goal. He gets down below the goal line, so he's behind the net, like not directly behind it, but like to the side, past the net.
Yeah.
Skates by, flips a backhander up, and fucking throws it off the nameplate of the goalie to go in. To tie the fucking game. It was insane though. Like the stick handling to the backhand and like flip it up. It was just crazy. I'm like, that is a thing of beauty.
That's pretty cool.
And then fucking 2 minutes later, Toronto scored. I'm like, God damn it. I was kind of pissed because I wanted Toronto to lose, but yeah, that was it. That's it. That is it. That's all.
Well, alrighty, folks. Hope you enjoyed. Let us know if you want to join our list of taking on a gorilla. Gather a team. Might as well.
Oh my God, my mic hasn't been recording. I'm just kidding.
No.
That would be insane.
That would be awful.
I would flip the desk.
Yeah, I'd probably just go home.
That'd be
I am home, but probably just go lay in bed. But anyways, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on X at KindEzerPod. I accidentally turned that light off.
Oh, it was like perfect timing. I thought.
That was actually.
I thought you did
timing.
it on purpose.
I didn't, but we'll leave it at that. Thank you guys for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks.